All right, welcome to episode 12 of the Cord Electric Players Guide. This is going to look at the actual auction program itself. Remember, we're in this test league, the electric Kool-Aid acid test. But for the real auction, remember before the auction, you want to use that player rankings tool. But once you're ready for the auction, again, starts at 6 o'clock sharp on Monday, Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on Monday. So we're going to want to go into Draft Central. You want to click on Draft Room, and this draft room will be called up. Now, big key here to remember is that you're going to want to be in it before 6 o'clock because it's going to start right at 6. I'm here 2 minutes before that this example auction is going to begin. It's running on Flash. Make sure that you're Flash enabled. I don't think it's going to work on your iPad or what have you. So you're going to need to be on an actual computer. Make sure you don't have any blockers. I was having tons of problems with this because I block tons of tracking things and block Flash and all this kind of stuff. So make sure that you're available and you had tested. You can go in the draft room right now if you wanted to, our draft room, and take a look now and I think even do some preparation stuff. So in real world, we're going to have our actual teams here that are hopefully our little logos. If you haven't done so, go into the team page in the draft room, like our Cord Electric. If you go into Draft Central, let's see, Draft Central is right here under Draft Prep. You can see even under our league, you can go in there right now. It's going to say update, customize your logo. See all the different rules. Our auction is in 3 days, 7 hours. You can see all this info. You can do your customized player rankings. All these different things you can do at your Draft Central. We're going to start in 1 minute in this example one. So in this test one, I don't have the real keepers. Every team has a variety. Oh, it doesn't have any keepers listed for some reason. It did not update the league with the actual assigned keepers. That really shouldn't matter. Real world, you have real league. You'll have your actual keepers here that are listed, and you'll have different salaries for your balance and your max bid. Again, remember that for this auction, we are putting ourselves $10 million over the real cap. So even though the real cap is 587 for 58.7 million, in the auction here we're having it at 68.7 because you're going to be bidding want. So if you want multi-year value guys, or you want to assign guys to multi-year deals, that's fine, but or that's great. Actually, you can totally do that, but you are going to bid actual want. And so if you go, effectively what this means is if you have less than 100 left here, which means 10 million, 100, 10 million. If you have less than that, that means you're going to have to assign people to multi-year deals. Remember also, and this is a special note for new guys, your money remaining on your salary cap is used to bid on players during the regular season. So free agents that basically on the waiver system, you do bid remaining money. So you usually want at least a little bit of money left so you can bid. You can always bid minimum values up to $1 million on waivers during the season. But if you want more than that to be able to, and there's always breakout guys. You're going to want to do that. So when the auction happens, you can see that it's going to have nominations for a player. Each team's going to have 60 seconds in ours. Hopefully you'll go faster than that, but players will have 60 seconds to nominate a player. Now in this example league, LeBron James is not available. They're bidding $20.5 million. If I wanted him, okay, I'm going to go higher. I'm going to go 20.6 up. Someone just bid me up 20.7, so I'm going to go to 20.9 up. He really wants LeBron 20.10, 21.1. Well, let's stop screwing around. Let's go 25, so 250. I'm going to go there. Oh, I'm there, so $25 million. Looks like I'm going to have LeBron on my team. Now, when I'm bidding 250 there, so that's $25 million. For LeBron James. Now, I'm not going to want to sign him to a one-year deal, so I'm going to sign him to a 3-year deal. So I can see $25 million want there is closest to 25.1. That's going to have a deal starting at $13.5 million. So you can see that's a huge difference in the real world, how much money I'm going to save there. So that's why we have that buffer that's available, Kevin Durant.
It's your turn.
So we've got, now when you need to nominate a player, let's say I'm going to nominate Blake Griffin. You can see that this queue will say nominate. I'm going to bid $10 million on him, so I'm going to bid 100. I put in a nomination. So current bid 100. That means 10 million. Doesn't look like anybody's going to go for him, so I'm probably going to get him. But that's the big key to note there. When you click on a player, you'll have that queue and nominate, and you want to put in the value. So I got Blake Griffin. I look at my myself. I've got LeBron for 250, 25 million. I got Blake Griffin for 10. Now Russell Westbrook is going for 14 million. Now when you click, you can always increase the bids here or increase by $100,000 at a time here. When you actually click on players, though, that's where you can bid the next amount. But when it's your turn, you'll have a nominate button, and you'll want to click on that and then an initial value. You'll need to do that fairly quickly, so always kind of keep that in mind. So if I've got Brandon Jennings here, you can see, oh, Q nominate. So if I want to nominate him, let's say I'm just going to start off pretty low on him. I'm going to start at $1 million. So I'm going to nominate. Someone else is bidding right now, so I wasn't able to do that, but you can see how you could do that. You click on the player in question, click nominate. Now, putting 5 on Carmelo Anthony. We don't have Carmelo in our auction, but is there a point to that? No. We're not going to... Carmelo's going to go for more than that. So this thing doesn't take forever. We're not going to want to just mess around, in essence, by putting, low nominations on guys. Stephen Curry, $20 million. Wow. 20.3. So, if I've got Al Jefferson, there's no reason for me to bid 500,000. There's no reason to bid 15, 1.5 million. Start with something real, 6 million. Get it going, and put on a real nomination. You can also, while you're waiting for other teams to be doing things, you can click on players, put them in your queue here at the bottom. So then if you happen to miss or something, you put on a value. Okay, I'm going to put at least a starting bid value of 5 because real world, you need at least $500,000 for the bids. If someone's on auto draft or something and it does lower than 5, we're just going to have to end up assigning him a value higher than that if it does go lower. So if there ends up being a little bit of money screw-ups, we're just going to have to kind of deal with that as cost of doing business. But you can always click on players, put them in your queue. It's a nice, useful way to kind of get stuff ready. I even think you can do that before the auction starts, so it might be nice to have a list of players that you're kind of particularly interested in, so you can just click nominate real quick, put them on the list. So let's say I really want, who's a guy that's really actually going to be in? Who's a guy who's actually really going to be in the auction here? Greg Monroe. I'm going to put him in the queue. And he's going to be, drag him. There's a drag and drop. There we go. Put him at the top of my queue there. So, Greg Monroe's at the top of my queue for a nomination. Damian Lillard, $11 million. I'm going to bid 11.1. Oh, someone overbid. So, Greg Monroe, I want him. There we go. So you can see kind of, this is how the bids are going to go. I'm going to wait. I want to wait for my turn to go around again. And again, big key here is you are going to assign want. Now, hopefully we don't have a player that goes that crazy because we'll actually go above that value for the moment, that 10 million, so that's going to screw us up. But most of the time you're bidding, if you're bidding on guys even at a relatively high amount, you can save maybe up to $10 million. But we'll see if we actually kind of get to that point. So I buffered it by 10 million. Now I'm kind of wondering if I should buffer it by more. Maybe I should buffer it by a whole. No, because then the auto auction is going to screw up and bid people crazy high. Something. So we'll have to see what we'll do if if someone's going to bid really, really crazy high on an individual player. We might have a little bit of an issue there, but. You can see it goes through 2 people left. Not my best player's guide here, but it's important to see how this whole system's going to work. Now, I recorded this like 3 times because I've had problems with this, so I've forgotten what I've said or have not said. Remember that we're going to have Different. Ooh, 9.8 only for Kyrie.
You
So
are on deck.
remember that we are going to have 3 things open. We're going to have this draft room, which is going to be the final word. We're going to have a Skype call, 312-428-4333, 312-428-4333. And also we're going to have the auction program in so you can kind of look at want.
Going once.
So, and remember you are bidding want here.
Going twice.
You know, if there ends up being a guy or two that goes crazy high, we might have a little bit of a problem there.
It's your turn to nominate a
so it's
player.
my turn to nominate. I've got Greg Monroe right down there. I can nominate him. Someone bid him up. I put the starting value
Going
at
once.
500,000, so that was tiny. I'm going to keep going on him. You know, oh, there we go, 6.6. So 6.6 million. I'm probably going to get Greg Monroe. All right, folks. Hopefully that was useful. You can at least see the screen. If not, if my voice was a little trailing here and there, I'm still trying to figure out all this stuff myself. Big keys, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on Monday. Be ready for it. Get in this auction draft room beforehand. Do some nominations down here, or have some players in your queue. Be ready for it, because we are going to rapid fire. When we see how fast this is going, this is how fast we're going to be doing it in the real auction. You start missing players, you start screwing up. There's not a lot we can do. We can't just remove the whole draft. There's some back out things if something really severe happens, but there's not really a lot I can do. This auction's going to go, and it's going to go, and we're going to try to make it work. It was the only thing that we could do. We want to do stuff together and do a real draft. Hopefully next year we will make that happen, but we couldn't get everyone together, so we had to do this online. So we're going to do our best. Be careful. Remember to bid as in $100,000 increments. So again, Derrick Rose, how much is he being bid on right now? $8.3 million. When we take a look at those values, it's important to remember. How much did I get LeBron for? 250, 25.0 million, so 25 million. Blake Griffin, 10 million. Greg Monroe, 6.6 million. So kind of keep in mind, keep that rhythm. Again, we bid want. There we go. Thanks, guys.